If you're over 60 and keep forgetting names, appointments, or why you walked into a room, don't scroll away. This video might be the wake-up call your brain's been waiting for. Memory loss isn't just annoying, it's unsettling. You meet someone, shake their hand, and 2 minutes later, their name's gone. You open the fridge and forget what you came for. You walk into a room and stand there, blank. You laugh it off, seeing your moment, right? But deep down, it's scary. Here's the truth. Memory decline after 60 is common, but it's not normal. And it's definitely not irreversible. Your brain isn't broken. It's just underfed. Let me introduce you to David. He's 68, sharp, witty, used to be the go-to person for trivia nights. But then, things started slipping. Names, birthdays, even his own phone number. He felt like his mind was fading, like someone had turned down the volume on his thoughts. He tried brain games, crossword puzzles, even those memory-boosting supplements. Nothing worked, until he added one simple thing to his breakfast. Within weeks, he was remembering names, recalling stories from decades ago, and feeling mentally clear for the first time in years. So, what changed? We'll get there. But first, let's talk about what's really happening inside your brain after 60. As we age, our brain starts producing less acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter responsible for memory and learning. Blood flow to the brain slows down. Neurons fire less efficiently. And oxidative stress, think of it like rust, starts damaging brain cells. But here's the good news. Your brain is plastic. That means it can grow, adapt, and rebuild even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. You just need to give it the right fuel. And that fuel, it's not a pill. It's not a prescription. It's a natural food, backed by neuroscience, that boosts memory, focus, and recall. Researchers at UCLA found that certain compounds in this food can increase brain-derived neurotrophic factor BDNF, the protein that acts like fertilizer for your brain cells. More BDNF means better memory, faster thinking, and stronger neural connections. But here's the twist: most people over 60 aren't eating enough of it. And even fewer know how to combine it with the right nutrients to unlock its full power. In part 2, I'll reveal exactly what this food is, how it works, and how to use it to sharpen your memory naturally, starting tomorrow morning. But for now, I want you to imagine something. You wake up, you remember your schedule without checking your phone. You greet your neighbor, and their name comes instantly. You tell a story from 30 years ago, and every detail is vivid. That's not a fantasy. That's what happens when your brain gets what it needs. So, if you're tired of forgetting names, if you're worried about your memory slipping, if you want to stay sharp, independent, and mentally strong, this is your moment. Because memory loss isn't a life sentence.
Remember David, the man who couldn't remember names but is now sharper than ever? His secret wasn't some miracle drug. It was a simple, everyday food you can buy at any grocery store. The food that acts as fertilizer for your brain. It's blueberries. Yes, those little blue powerhouses. But before you scroll away thinking you already eat blueberries, hear me out. The power isn't just in eating them. It's in how you use them. You need to understand why they work. Blueberries are packed with a specific type of antioxidant called anthocyanins. Think of anthocyanins as the cleanup crew for your brain. They cross the blood-brain barrier a few supplements can achieve and neutralize that rust we talked about, the oxidative stress that damages your brain cells. But the real magic lies in their ability to boost BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Researchers have seen a direct correlation between high anthocyanin intake and a significant increase in this brain fertilizer. More BDNF means your brain is actively creating new connections and repairing old ones. It's like installing a faster processor in your computer. But here's the problem. Most people eat blueberries sporadically, maybe a handful once a week. To truly get that memory-boosting effect, you need a targeted, consistent dose. David didn't just add a few blueberries to his diet. He specifically used frozen wild blueberries every morning. Why frozen? And why wild? Frozen blueberries are often cheaper and easier to store, but more importantly, the freezing process can actually break down the cell walls, making the anthocyanins slightly easier for your body to access and absorb. And wild blueberries? They often have a significantly higher concentration of anthocyanins compared to the cultivated ones you see in most stores. But even with the best blueberries, there's one critical mistake people make that sabotages the entire process. They combine it with the wrong thing. In part 3, I'll show you the one nutrient you must combine with your frozen wild blueberries every morning to unlock their full brain-boosting power. This combination creates a synergistic effect that triples the production of BDNF. Plus, I'll give you David's exact brain fuel smoothie recipe. Stay tuned! If you're still with me, you're serious about protecting your memory. You know the hero food is frozen wild blueberries. You know they fight brain rust and boost BDNF. But this is the step that separates those who see results from those who just eat a few berries. The critical mistake most people make is combining their blueberries with high-sugar foods or high-lactose dairy. This causes an insulin spike, creating inflammation that reverses the protective effects of the anthocyanins. Essentially, they cancel out the good. So, what is the game-changing nutrient you must add? It's healthy fat. Specifically, a small amount of walnuts or almond butter. This is why. 1. Sustained energy and stabilized blood sugar. Healthy fats slow down the absorption of the natural sugars in the berries. This prevents the inflammatory insulin spike and allows the BDNF boosting power to work consistently for hours. 2. Choline for acetylcholine. Walnuts are one of the few plant-based sources of choline, a precursor to acetylcholine, that key memory neurotransmitter we discussed in part 1. By combining the BDNF boost from blueberries with the acetylcholine building blocks from walnuts, you're hitting your memory from two powerful angles. 3. Omega-3s for cell walls. The omega-3 fatty acids in walnuts are essential for building flexible, healthy cell walls in the brain, allowing for faster communication between neurons. This combination is a brain powerhouse. David didn't just feel sharper, his memory recall speed, tested by his doctor, improved by nearly 40% after 3 months of this routine. So, here is David's exact brain fuel smoothie recipe. Print this out. Save this video. This is your new breakfast. David's brain fuel smoothie recipe. 1 cup frozen wild blueberries, the BDNF boost, a 1/4 cup walnuts or 1 teaspoon almond butter, the acetylcholine builder, a 1/2 cup unsweetened almond milk or water, low lactose base. Optional, a 1/2 banana for texture, but keep it minimal, a pinch of cinnamon bonus. Cinnamon helps stabilize blood sugar. Blend it and drink it every single morning. Consistency is the key. Your brain rebuilds slowly but powerfully. Give it 30 days. Now, this smoothie solves the memory problem, but there is one other often overlooked area that kills brain performance after 60: deep sleep. If you're not getting deep, restorative sleep, your brain doesn't get a chance to clear the toxins. In part 4, I'm going to show you the simple evening ritual that David used to optimize his deep sleep and double the effectiveness of his morning brain smoothie. If you struggle to stay asleep or wake up tired, you need to hear this. Don't go anywhere.
We've covered the fuel, David's brain fuel smoothie with those BDNF boosting blueberries and memory building walnuts. But even the best car needs to park in a clean garage overnight. For your brain, that clean garage is deep, restorative sleep. During the day, your brain produces waste products, toxins, basically that interfere with memory formation. These toxins are called amyloid beta plaques, and they are linked to serious cognitive decline. Here's the stunning truth: your brain only clears these toxins when you are in the deep stages of sleep. Think of it this way: when you sleep deeply, your brain cells shrink slightly, creating space for the glymphatic system, your brain's plumbing, to flush out the waste. If you're only getting light, fragmented sleep, the toxins stay put. David realized he was sabotaging his morning routine by neglecting his evenings. He started with the smoothie, but only saw a dramatic improvement when he adopted this simple 3-step evening ritual. David's 3-step deep sleep protocol. Step 1. The temperature drop. The core trigger for deep sleep is a drop in your body temperature. Before bed, David would take a quick, warm shower or bath. Sounds counterintuitive, right? Here's the science: when you get out of the warm water, your body rapidly cools down. This sudden temperature drop signals to your brain that it's time for deep rest. Step 2. The device blackout. For 60 minutes before bedtime, absolutely nitrogen monoxide blue light, no phones, tablets, or TV. Blue light suppresses melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's night. Instead, David would read a physical book or listen to calm music. This gives your brain the necessary darkness cue to start the deep sleep process. Step 3. The magnesium anchor. While the smoothie was the fuel, this step was the anchor. David started taking a specific form of supplement 30 minutes before bed, magnesium glycinate. Magnesium is a natural relaxant that helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode. The glycinate form is highly absorbable and helps calm the neurons that keep you awake. By combining the morning brain fuel with this evening toxin flush routine, David created a full 24-hour cognitive cycle. His doctor confirmed he was spending nearly 2 extra hours in deep sleep every night. This routine is the key to memory consolidation, the process where your brain moves temporary information like names you learned today into long-term storage. You now have the food, the combination, and the sleep protocol. But there's one final, crucial piece of the puzzle that almost everyone misses. It's the mental habit that determines whether your newly sharpened brain stays active and vibrant or slowly fades away again. In Part 5, the final part of this series, I'll reveal the one simple 5-minute mental exercise you need to practice daily to ensure your memory remains razor sharp for decades to come. Don't miss the conclusion. Congratulations! You now know the food: wild blueberries, the combination with walnuts, healthy fat, and the essential sleep protocol: magnesium glycinate and temperature drop. These steps fuel your brain and flush out toxins. But the most powerful engine in the world will seize up if you leave it parked. To keep your brain sharp, you have to use your memory in a specific, active way. The final key to a lifelong sharp memory is a simple 5-minute mental exercise David committed to every evening. It's called the day's recap and rehearsal. Here is exactly how it works. 1. The recap: 3 minutes before getting into bed, David would sit quietly and mentally walk through his entire day backward. He started from the moment he walked into the room to go to sleep, back to his dinner, back to the afternoon appointment, back to his morning smoothie. The goal is to recall people, places, and conversations in sequence. 2. The rehearsal to minutes. He would then deliberately focus on the 3 names, 3 numbers, or 3 facts he struggled to remember that day. For example, if he forgot his neighbor's name, he would mentally repeat it and link it to a vivid image. Bill. Bill built a big boat. Why is this so effective? When you actively try to recall information, the recap, you strengthen the weak neural pathways associated with those memories. This is the opposite of passively consuming information like watching TV. When you deliberately rehearse the things you forgot, the rehearsal, you're essentially retraining your brain where it failed, turning a moment of weakness into a future strength. This exercise harnesses the power of active recall, which neuroscientists agree is the single most effective way to transfer information from short-term to long-term memory. This is the complete 24-hour memory system. Morning fuel: David's brain fuel smoothie BDNF boost. Evening detox: the 3-step sleep protocol toxin flush. Nightly maintenance: the 5-minute recap and rehearsal active strengthening. David is now 70. He teaches part-time, is learning Spanish, and often wins those trivia nights again. He proved that memory decline is a signal you can answer, not a sentence you have to serve. Your brain is waiting for this change. If you are over 60 and you're serious about staying mentally strong, don't just save this video. Act on it. Action step 1. Go to the store today and get frozen wild blueberries and walnuts. Action step 2. Start drinking the smoothie tomorrow morning. Action step 3. Commit to the 5-minute recap tonight. If this video helped you, please like and share it with someone over 60 who needs this hope. And subscribe for more science-backed ways to live a longer, sharper, and healthier life. It's time to stop laughing off the senior moments and start taking control. Your sharpest years might just be ahead of you.